All right, hey, how's it guys? Coach Mark here, here to talk to you about our new WOD IQ cycle, 5-week training cycle starting November 14th. Super excited about this one coming up for you guys. What is WOD IQ? Basically, you've heard the saying, you want to learn how to work smarter, not harder. Well, that's partially true, but in the gym here, what we're going to do over the next 5 weeks is help you understand how to work smarter so that you can work harder, right? We're just trying to do our best to do everything we can to help you be much better, well-rounded athletes. So we've got a 5-week cycle coming up, WOD IQ. We're working with 5 themes. It's going to be focused mainly on the WODs. We are still going to be doing strength and skill. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the WODs are going to be the crux of the cycle. So 5 themes for the WODs. It's going to rotate through Monday through Friday. We have unbroken, purposeful pacing, high rep, low skill bodyweight movement combined with a low rep heavy barbell. And then we have a high rep light barbell movement combined with a low rep high skill bodyweight movement. And then transitions, right? So those 5 themes are going to rotate through Monday through Friday. Weekends, special treat, we're going to be working on CrossFit open WOD strategy as well as benchmark WOD strategy. And then of course we still got our strength and skill in there, working with our squats, deadlifts, our presses, and some light Oly lifting for technique. So that's what we got coming up for the next 5 weeks. I'll be back in a bit talking about each specific theme in more detail. All right, so back again, talking about our unbroken theme for the WOD IQ. So once a week, Monday through Friday, the WOD is going to focus on being unbroken. What does unbroken mean? Basically, doing the sets without stopping, right? Doing your reps without stopping. So we are unbroken. We're going to be working with barbell movements, with bodyweight movements. How do we help you figure out what rep scheme we can do unbroken? How do we maintain that unbroken? And how do we do that in our WODs? That's basically what the unbroken thing is. All right, the next thing we got here is purposeful pacing. So this is going to pertain mostly to longer duration WODs. We're looking at how do we pace things, pacing cardio efforts, how do we break up large sets of high volume movements into more manageable sets, and how do we stay consistent with that? That's the key, is the consistency. For example, if we have a lot of rowing, we have big sets of bodyweight movements, just because we can do a big set doesn't mean we should, right? How do we break it into manageable sets and keep those manageable sets the same across the duration of the WOD for efficient, consistent effort? That's what our purposeful pacing is going to be. All right, the third WOD theme we got coming up is called our high rep, low skill combined with our low rep heavy barbell. So for example, this would be a workout that involves a high volume of low skill bodyweight movements, let's say air squats and sit-ups, combined with low reps, low volume of a heavy barbell, maybe like with a heavy deadlift, right? So how do we get that heart rate up, or we have a high heart rate from these high rep, low skill movements, and then how do we control that heart rate? How do we focus our effort so that we can get in those good, strong, heavy barbell lifts? All right, our fourth theme for the WOD IQ cycle is going to be the opposite of the last one. It's high rep, light barbell movements with a low rep, high skill bodyweight movement. So for example, we might have a high volume of very light push presses or deadlifts, and then we may combine that with low volume, high skill movements like muscle ups or handstand push-ups, things of that nature. So the idea here is, again, we're working with that elevated heart rate from a high volume light movement, this case a barbell, and then how do we bring that heart rate down or control that heart rate? How do we focus our efforts so that we don't have any missed reps with that higher difficulty bodyweight movement? All right, guys, our last theme for the 5 themes for WOD IQ is going to be transitions. And so transitions could mean many things, right? Mainly when we think of transitions, we think about how do we move between our exercises. So that involves equipment setup, which is a huge one, something that's overlooked, but we're going to key you in on, as well as how do we move within the exercises? How do I move between my box jumps, between my burpees? What is efficient and effective? And that's going to affect your pacing and your overall effort as well. All right, guys, so that's our overview as well as the specifics for our WOD IQ 5-week cycle. Super excited about it. So a couple of things you need to know and you need to pay special attention to for the next 5 weeks. The WODs are going to be very specific. There's going to be very specific intents, very specific focuses. And those instructions are going to be in Beyond the Whiteboard, right? So please read them thoroughly for each day. They will be on the whiteboard as well in the class, and the coaches will be up to speed on that. So please listen to the coaches, listen to the specific intents. It may sound weird, it may look weird, it may sound wacky, it may feel like, well, I'm not really getting a good workout out of this. This doesn't feel like something I normally do. Trust in the program, right? We've identified these 5 things that are going to help you become the most well-rounded athlete you can, be the most efficient and effective. And if you follow the programming, I guarantee you will see improvement over those 5 weeks. So just heads up, pay close attention, and hopefully you'll get the most out of it that you can. After this, we'll have a couple weeks of what we're calling bits and pieces, so a lot of fun odds and ends here, and then that takes us to the end of the year, and then it's 2023 already, guys. We'll see you then. All right.